Tonight's film is a dramatization of Betty Rollin's book, Last Wish. Certain composite characters have been used for dramatic purposes.
Many people who reach a point where they want comfort but not treatment turn to hospices for help.
Would medical treatment be clearer than just treatment?
That's clear enough. The hospice program, which started in England, is staffed by doctors, nurses, clergy, and volunteers who, as a team, provide medical, psychological, and social support for people who are dying and want to spend the time they have left at home. The idea of hospice, then, is not to prolong life, but to help make what's left of a person's life as good as it can be. Are you sure you're not too close on me, Ricardo?
Nah, I don't think so.
As long as you can't see the wrinkles.
No wrinkles.
Good.
Betty, are you okay? You seem a little tense.
The material. How come I get to do all the depressing stuff about sickness and death?
Those are the stories you always pick.
I guess I'm a little morbid. All right, let's take the last section again.
Okay. Rolling.
The hospice program, which started in England, is staffed with doctors, nurses, clergy, and volunteers who, as a team, provide medical, psychological, and social support to people who are dying and want to spend the time they have.
5, 6, 7, 8. Czechoslovakia, shout to Mayan, sway, sway, cross and cross. Czechoslovakia, shout to Mayan, sway, sway, cross and cross. Right Yemenite, left Yemenite, side together, side together, side. Beautiful. And going back and again. And right Yemenite, left Yemenite. Double check to see you, folks. You know what to do. Stop, stop. Right Yemenite. Turn 2, 3 again. And stop, stop. Right Yemenite. Turn 2, 3 again.
To meet you downtown at Schrapp's when I got your message to meet you here instead. What's the big surprise?
I tell you, it won't be a surprise. Emma, where were you? Why weren't you in class?
He wouldn't get out of bed again.
Did you do what I told you?
It didn't work. Oh, you must be Betty.
Yes.
Emma Rifkind. I see you on TV all the time.
How do you do?
Emma was in our folk dancing class until her 45-year-old son got divorced, quit his job, and moved in with her. Did you speak with conviction?
I tried. I told him what you told me to tell him. I said, you have to get a job, Harvey. You can't spend your life in bed. And if you're so depressed you can't get up, then go see a psychiatrist.
I didn't hear any conviction behind that, did you?
Tried, Ida. I really tried.
Harvey, you have to get a job. You cannot spend the rest of your life in bed. If you're too depressed to get out of bed, then it's time for a psychiatrist. That's what conviction sounds like. Now, I want to see you in class next week. No excuses.
All right, Ida.
You promise?
Yeah.
Good.
Nice to meet you.
Oh, it's nice to meet you, too.
His name is Alvin Rose. He came up a couple of weeks ago to appraise my apartment. We wound up talking real estate. I think he was surprised at how much I know. Then when I told him I used to work for Joe Brooks Construction Company and all about my real estate investments, he was very impressed. He has single-handed sold every inch of space in that building. There he is.
Oh, it's a nice space.
Let's go.
Wait a minute, I want to get a better look.
Come on. I don't want him to catch a spine on him.
We'll take a taxi.
What's the matter with the bus?
Mother, once in a while, it's okay to splurge.
I have news for you. The reason I have some money in the bank is because I don't waste it. He calls me every day on the phone. Yesterday, he asked me out to dinner. Friday's his only day off, so we're going out Thursday night.
That's great, Mother.
Oh, Betty, he's such a gentleman and so intelligent. And he speaks like an educated person. He tells me he plays an exceptional game of bridge. And I love the way he dresses.
Sounds perfect.
Oh, of course, I'm not interested in anything except friendship. The thing of it is, I haven't been out on a date since I was a girl. I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
You do whatever you feel like doing.
I don't even know what to wear.
Well, I wouldn't get too dressed up.
Well, could you help me pick something out?
Let me go shopping with you?
Oh, I have plenty of clothes. I mean, help me pick something out of my closet.
Oh.
Should I invite him in for coffee when he brings me home?
If you feel like it.
What if somebody in the building sees me bringing a man into my apartment?
Mother, you're a grown-up. You're allowed to have a man in your apartment.
Are you sure it's all right? I don't want to do anything that would embarrass my daughter.
How could you possibly embarrass me?
I've seen a man I'm not planning to marry.
Mother, this is not 1900.
Alvin and I both had long, happy marriages, and once is enough.
This is perfect. Simple, but elegant.
To tell you the truth, I feel a little bit guilty about your father.
Daddy's been dead for 2 years now.
The thing of it is, I have more to say to Alvin than I did to your father.
Well, you can't help that.
Betty, Alvin's 7 years younger than I am.
Oh?
He doesn't know how old I am. He hasn't asked, and I haven't volunteered. What he doesn't know won't hurt him.
Good.
Sweetheart, remember after your father died, I always used to say, I'm ready to die at any time. Well, since I met Alvin, all of a sudden, I'm not in such a hurry anymore.
That's wonderful, Mother. I'm home.
You're late.
I was at my mother's. My mother has a date. So I was helping her pick out an appropriate outfit.
She has a date.
He's a younger man.
How much younger?
He's about 67.
He's a kid.
Oh, isn't it great, Ed? She's so excited. It was weird picking out a dress for her. All my life, she's picked out my clothes for me. When I was little, I used to beg her to let me make my own choices. She wouldn't hear of it. Even today, she thinks she knows what I should wear better than I do. And today, she asks me to pick out an outfit for her. Isn't it strange to think of my mother dating a man?
Well, I'm surprised it didn't happen sooner.
Really?
Do you think that you're the only sexy woman in your family?
So tell me, Ida, does that fish have any taste?
There's nothing better than broiled fish. I make it a point never to eat fatty foods. Meat, butter, even milk, unless it's skimmed. Fat is what kills you.
Kills you.
Did you ever hear of Nathan Pritikin?
The diet doctor.
Right. I was using his diet before he invented it. I can count on the fingers of one hand the times I've had beef in the last 20 years.
Did anyone ever tell you you have beautiful eyes?
It's my best feature, except for my hair. Not many women my age have such thick hair. A lot of people think I dye it, but I don't. Luckily, my hair and my eyes are the two things my Betty inherited from me. What's funny?
You're adorable.
I don't know why I ate that noodle pudding at your cousin Eli's birthday party. I never eat that heavy stuff. This is how I'm paying for it.
Mother, that was 3 weeks ago.
I know, and my stomach's been hurting ever since.
Is it hurting you now?
A little.
I can't believe you didn't tell me before this.
Just a stomach ache.
What took you so long to call the doctor?
Who goes rushing to the doctor for a stomach ache?
A stomachache at your age can be a serious thing.
Oh, nonsense. A woman who lives healthy and eats healthy the way I do, how sick can she get? I don't know why I let Dr. Goldman talk me into going to this gynecologist. I've lived 74 years in perfect health without ever seeing one of them.
You've never been to a gynecologist?
Women my age don't go to them.
They don't?
Well, I think we'd better hurry. I don't want to be late. Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to drag you away from work for a thing like this.
My hours are completely flexible, Mother. You know that.
All right. Thursday at 3 o'clock, how would it?
I've been here an hour already.
Dr. Goldman warned me that Dr. Burns is a very busy man. He's one of the biggest specialists in New York.
Dr. Cordina to emergency.
Cousin Pincus is coming in from Dallas next week.
I know. You told me.
He asked me to have dinner with him and Elaine and Eli.
Should be nice.
Except that it's for Wednesday night. Alvin always calls me from work every Wednesday night. Except, how often do I see Pinky? I think I'll wear my jade green dress.
Oh, I like that dress.
What color shoes should I wear with it?
How about beige?
Who's got beige shoes?
You can buy a pair.
What? Spend all that money for a pair of shoes I'll probably never wear again?
Ida Rollin?
Yes.
Dr. Burns will see you now.
Thank you.
Dr. Allen, West
Wait here, I'll get a cab.
No. Let's walk a little. It helps the digestion.
You hardly ate anything. Something wrong, Ida?
I'm having surgery Monday morning, Alvin.
Surgery? Is it serious?
No, I have certain women's troubles.
Will you have a good doctor?
Evan Burns, he's considered one of the best.
What hospital are you going into?
I'll let you know that when I'm ready to have you visit me.
What are you talking about?
I don't want you to come to the hospital.
Why
Alvin.
not?
I don't want to scare you off.
I won't.
No arguments. Betty will call you after the operation to give you a report. I don't understand it. I smoke. I eat crack. My sister's having the hysterectomy. She never put a cigarette in her mouth. And maybe twice in the past 50 years I saw her eat junk. I don't understand it.
My mother doesn't understand it either, Aunt Shamey. She thinks if you're a good girl, you don't get sick. Doesn't work that way.
My mother's the same way. She insists life is logical.
What's taking so long?
It's major surgery, Shaney. It takes time.
Nurse Rogers.
Ellen, look, why don't you go home? This could go on for another couple of hours.
God forbid.
I'm staying, period. End of argument.
I can't get over it. We spent just last Saturday together. Oh, she was so full of energy. We walked all over Greenwich Village. We had lunch. She bought my Stephen the most beautiful $15 tie. No reason. She just felt like it. Oh, she was so happy. All the way up on the bus to her apartment, she talked about her Betty, her treasure, her greatest achievement.
Hi.
Hi, Ed.
Hi, Ellen.
Oh, hi, Ed. Oh, do you know how much your mother-in-law loves you?
I love her too, Aunt Janie.
Oh, the other day, I referred to you as her son-in-law. You know what she said to me?
Don't call him my son-in-law. To me, he's a son.
How did you know?
Is there any word?
Not yet.
Nurse Edwards to Ward 5. Nurse Edwards to Ward 5.
It's been over 3 hours. So, how are things in the mathematics business?
Just fine.
No, I hope this won't offend you, but I showed your book to one of my neighbors the other day, and she asked me if it was a foreign language. I told her it's Greek to me.
Mrs. Edwards? Mrs. Rollin is in the recovery room.
How is she?
I'm afraid the tumor is malignant.
Malignant?
And unfortunately, it's started to spread to the adjoining tissues. I am sorry. I wish it was better news. Now, if you'll excuse me.
Coming.
Happy birthday, Ida.
Oh, Alvin, thanks. Oh, it's gorgeous. Not bad for an old lady, huh? I gained 5 pounds and my hair is growing back.
Bravo.
I'm a sight for sick eyes, right?
Oh.
Oh, to tell you the truth, I didn't think I'd live to celebrate another birthday.
Look, we better get going.
Oh, wait a minute. I want to show you something. Congratulate me. I'm a grandmother.
Ida, what are you talking about?
Well, it's Betty's baby, so I'm the grandmother, right?
Mazel tov. Yeah, I can't wait to read it.
Oh, I'm not sure I want you to. I mean, it's a wonderful book, of course, but there's a lot about me in there. It's a little embarrassing.
What's so embarrassing? What could she say?
Why are we getting out here? This isn't the restaurant.
Just you wait. Here they come.
Oh, my goodness. Is that Betty and Ed? Oh.
Hi, Mother.
Is that really for us? Oh, I can't believe it.
It was Betty's idea.
Happy birthday.
Oh, thank you. Do you recognize this dress?
How could I forget? You wore it to our wedding.
I told you I'd get an opportunity to wear it again.
You look terrific, Ida. In fact, when we were driving up, I said to myself, who's that movie star standing there? You can imagine my surprise when I realized it was you.
Me? Oh, this is amazing. It's really something I never thought I'd live to do.
Driver? Hey up! Champagne, what's a birthday without it?
Oh, no. None for me. No.
Come on, Mother, just a drop. It's a celebration.
To life.
Ah, thank you. To life. This is the best birthday of my life. I'm surrounded by the friendly riders, and I feel terrific. What a That's true. Oh, Ed, I know you don't like to talk about your work, but please tell us about the book you write. In simple English, if possible.
Well, it's about the work of a young 19th century French mathematician named Galois and his theory for solving higher algebraic equations. It's abstract.
See, I told you he was brilliant.
Speaking of French, there's this all night long they keep yelling at each other in French.
Oh, how terrible.
But not unusual. Don't you remember how we used to fight, Mother?
In French?
No, in English. From the time I went to college till I was well into my 20s, we fought constantly.
The two of you fought?
It all started when I was accepted at Sarah Lawrence, and Mother insisted on moving to Bronxville, 2 blocks from the college. I was so angry, I spent the next 4 years getting back at her. I wore only black. And I brought home friends no mother would approve of. We fought about everything. Oh, those were stormy times, eh, Mother?
I love this place. They cook without butter. In my opinion, butter is a form of slow-acting poison.
I don't think I tasted butter till I started dating and a boy took me to a restaurant.
I'm proud of the way I fed you and your father.
I wasn't complaining, Mother.
I thought you said your husband died of a heart attack.
He did. But he died healthy.
There's a joke there somewhere, but I think I won't make it.
Betty, I think you and I should go and powder our noses.
Powder our noses. How quaint.
I finally heard from Cousin Elaine. She's found a doctor who says he can relieve her arthritis.
Oh, good.
Says there's no reason for her to be in. How could you tell such things to a stranger?
A stranger? Alvin's a stranger?
How could you say we didn't get along?
I was talking about a period of our lives. Every mother and daughter go through times like that.
As far as I'm concerned, our relationship is perfect and always has been.
Oh, for God's sake, Mother, nothing is perfect. All my life I've listened to you talk about how perfect I am. Perfect daughter, perfect wife, perfect reporter.
To me, you are.
Why? Why do I have to be perfect? Why can't I just be human like everybody else? Look, if we hadn't gone through such a bad time together, it may not be as good now. So why pretend it's always been perfect?
I had no idea I made you so unhappy by loving you so much.
It's not the loving that makes me unhappy. Happy birthday, Mother. The outward symptoms of depression are overwhelming feelings of sadness and helplessness, changes in appetite and sleep habits, persistent fatigue, and, in some cases, thoughts of suicide. The people you see here come from...
Editing. Yeah, hold on. It's for you, Betty.
Hello?
Hello, darling.
Oh, hi, Mother. I was going to call you in a little while to apologize for last night.
Oh, forget it.
No, I want to. I overreacted.
Please, darling, let's forget it. It's over and done with. Beth, do you have time to take me to Dr. Burns today?
What's wrong?
I have a stomach ache.
Since when?
Oh, a few weeks. I just called Dr. Goldman, and he wants me to go to see Dr. Burns. I'm sure it's nothing to worry about. And I hate to take you away from your work, but I just want to be on the safe side.
I'll be right there. I'll call you later.
You can get dressed now. Well, she has a recurrence. We'll put her on a course of 3 chemotherapy treatments, then we'll take a look.
Is it worth it to put her through that again, Dr. Burns? You know what chemotherapy was for her. I mean, with a recurrence. Are you sure it'll buy her more time?
Chemo works to shrink the tumor. Your mother's pain is from the tumor.
But it won't necessarily shrink the tumor.
Miss Rawlin, chemotherapy is often very effective.
I know it's her decision, not yours or mine. But she'll listen to you. Can't you
We
just...
can't do nothing.
How can you be so indifferent to a person suffering? My mother probably doesn't have much time left. She should be made as comfortable as possible. That's all you should be concerned about.
Miss Rawlin, my concern is to treat the disease in the best manner possible.
Yes, treat the disease. The hell with the patient.
Excuse me.
Well, it's been a nice year.
Good afternoon, ladies.
Here.
Thanks a lot.
Hi. How is she?
Not good. This is the worst day of my life. I had no control over my body. 3 times. Poor Shaney had to clean me and make the bed.
It's nothing, Ida. I didn't mind.
It's so humiliating.
Mother, it's just your body doing crazy things. It's not you.
Well, maybe you'll feel better tomorrow after you get your treatment.
I'm not going to eat anything anymore. Every time I swallow, I'm in trouble.
Now, what are you talking about? You can't stop eating.
My biggest worry is what I'm doing to my children. I remember what Ed went through with his mother. I don't want to do that to you.
Mother, I brought somebody by to see you.
Who?
A woman, Millicent Findlay. She's a cancer specialist I interviewed once.
I have a doctor.
Mother, I convinced her to come all the way over here to see you. It wasn't easy. Specialists don't normally make house calls. So please, at least hear what she has to say.
I don't want another doctor.
Please. For me.
Hi. I'm Millicent Findlay.
I'm Shaney, her sister, her aunt.
How do you do? I've studied your x-rays, Mrs. Rowland. And without examining you, I can only guess at what we're dealing with here. But I suspect that what you've had in the way of chemotherapy is merely a drop in the proverbial bucket. You see, there are different approaches to the treatment of ovarian cancer. My guess is that you should be treated aggressively now. We don't know what other organs may be involved, so it probably makes sense to use a number of different drugs, not only cisplatin. In short, given that an examination would confirm my suspicions, what I would do is bring you close to death and then rescue you. We'd do it out of the hospital. You'd come to my office for treatments once a week or once every 2 weeks. I know this is very difficult for you, Mrs. Rowland.
We'll have to do some thinking about this.
There is nothing to think about. Dr. Burns is my doctor, period.
Mrs. Rowland, Dr. Burns is a fine gynecological surgeon. He knows about cutting. I'm a chemist. I know about drugs.
Dr. Burns is my doctor.
Ida, please.
I don't want another doctor. I don't want any more examinations.
I'm sorry for wasting your time.
That's all right. Call me later.
Leave me, please. I want to rest my eyes a little.
I'll see you later.
Don't be angry. She meant well.
You can't sleep?
That doctor was so technical. She made everything sound inhuman.
She was just doing her job, Betty, and it's not an easy job.
Did I tell you my cousin called me today?
Stephen?
He doesn't want Shaney spending every day with my mother and taking care of her. He says my mother is a handful, and his mother is too old to be my mother's nurse. He says I should hire a professional to be with her.
Well, I think he's right.
Well, of course he's right. But if I hire someone, it'll be like telling my mother she's helpless. Won't it?
Maybe you don't want to admit to yourself that your mother needs help.
Don't patronize me.
I'm not patronizing you, but your mother could use professional help, no? Come on, lie down.
She seems to be getting sicker and sicker.
That's how it was with my mother. Remember?
Yes.
You really should try to get some sleep.
I can't sleep.
Oh. Oh, well, then I'll read to you.
What is that?
This is a lecture that I'm giving next month at the conference. Now, I just want you to lie still, all right? The application that Kummer had in mind for his theory of ideal prime factors was, from the very beginning, the higher reciprocity laws. But the theory failed to fulfill Kummer's hopes. It enabled him to prove Fermat's last theorem for all regular prime exponents. An enormous step beyond...
Didn't I tell you I wouldn't miss your birthday dinner? I fortified myself with medicine. I didn't have anything to eat all day. I kept off my feet, so I'd be in good shape for